Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something deeply personal yet universally relevant the moment we realize that change is not just an option, but a necessity. Change is one of life's most powerful forces. It's the catalyst for growth, the bridge to new opportunities, and sometimes the only way to step into the life you're meant to live. Yeah, recognizing when it's time for a big change isn't always easy. Often we linger in our comfort zones, held back by fear, doubt, or the lure of familiarity. But life has a way of sending us signs, and if we're willing to pay attention, those signs can guide us toward the transformation we need. Have you ever felt like something in your life is just off? Perhaps you can't put your finger on it, but there's an underlying restlessness you can't shake. That feeling isn't random, it's your inner compass trying to guide you. It's the first sign that something in your current path isn't aligned with where you're meant to be. Restlessness often stems from stagnation, a sign that you've outgrown your current circumstances. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth, feeling stuck is your soul's way of telling you it's time to move forward. Think about the times in your life when you felt the most alive. Was it when you were playing it safe, or was it when you were stepping into the unknown, chasing something bigger than yourself? Restlessness is a call to reclaim that vitality, to take a leap of faith towards something that excites and challenges you. Don't ignore it. Acknowledge it. It's the first whisper of change. Another sign that it's time for a significant shift is when your environment no longer serves you. We are shaped by the people we surround ourselves with, the places we spend our time, and the habits we cultivate. But what happens when those elements no longer uplift or inspire you? Perhaps you're in a job where your talents are undervalued, or you're in relationships that drain your energy rather than fuel your growth. Maybe the routines that once brought you comfort now feel like chains holding you back. When your environment stifles your potential instead of nurturing it, that's a clear sign it's time to make a change. But change isn't just about moving away from what's wrong, it's about moving toward what's right. It's about creating an environment that aligns with your values, ambitions, and dreams. If your current surroundings don't reflect who you are or who you want to become, it's time to find or create one that does. Let's talk about another powerful indicator that it's time for a transformation when fear outweighs fulfillment. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty, but it should never be the reason you settle for less than you deserve. If you find yourself clinging to a situation simply because it's familiar, ask yourself, is it truly fulfilling? Are you staying because it's what you want, or because it's what you know? Fear can be paralyzing, but it can also be a guide. Often the things we fear most are the very things we need to confront to grow. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, these are all barriers to the life you're capable of living. When fear starts to outweigh your sense of fulfillment, it's time to question whether you're letting it dictate your choices. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward in spite of it. Sometimes the need for change becomes evident through a lack of passion. Passion is the fire that drives us, the energy that fuels our pursuit of purpose. Without it, life can feel like a series of empty routines. If you wake up dreading your day or find yourself disconnected from the things that once brought you joy, that's a red flag. It's not a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're ready for something new. Passion isn't something that can be forced or manufactured. It's something that flows naturally when you're doing what you're meant to do. If it's missing, don't settle for mediocrity. Seek out the things that ignite your curiosity and make you feel alive. Whether it's a career change, a creative pursuit, or a new challenge, let passion be your guide. Finally, one of the most undeniable signs that it's time for a big change is when opportunities start presenting themselves. Life has a way of opening doors when we're ready, even if we don't realize it at the time. These opportunities might come in the form of a chance meeting, an unexpected offer, or a sudden realization of what's possible. But here's the thing, opportunities don't wait forever. If you don't seize them, they'll pass you by. When opportunities arise, they're often accompanied by a sense of fear or uncertainty. That's normal. But remember, growth rarely comes without discomfort. If you wait until you feel 100% ready, you'll be waiting forever. The key is to recognize these moments for what they are: a chance to step into the life you've been longing for. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And take the leap. So my friends, if any of these signs resonate with you, if you feel restless, if your environment no longer serves you, if fear is holding you back, if passion is missing, or if opportunities are knocking, it's time to listen. Change is rarely easy, but it's always worth it. It's the only way to shed the layers of who you were and step into the fullness of who you can be. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't need a perfect plan or a guarantee of success. All you need is the courage to take the first step. One step leads to another, and before you know it, you'll be on a path you never imagined. Life isn't meant to be static. It's meant to evolve. And you are meant to grow, to learn, to expand. The signs are all around you if you're willing to see them. Pay attention. Trust yourself. And when the time comes when you feel that undeniable pull towards something greater, don't hesitate. Embrace the change. Step into the unknown. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Feeling restless or stuck is often the first and most telling sign that a significant change is necessary in your life. It's an internal nudge that something isn't quite right, even if you can't articulate exactly what it is. This restlessness might start subtly, a nagging feeling of dissatisfaction or a sense that you're going through the motions without any real purpose or excitement. Over time, it can grow into something more profound, a persistent unease that tells you the life you're living no longer aligns with your true self. When you feel stuck, it's as though you're standing still while the world around you moves forward. You might feel like you've hit a plateau in your career, your personal growth, or your relationships. What once felt fulfilling now feels routine, even tedious. This stagnation isn't just a lack of motivation or effort. It's a signal from your inner self that you've outgrown your current circumstances. Like a plant that has outgrown its pot, you need more room to expand, and staying where you are is no longer an option. Restlessness can manifest in different ways. For some, it might be a quiet frustration, a feeling of that creeps into your thoughts during otherwise ordinary moments. For others, it might show up as a yearning for something more purpose, more adventure, more connection. Or connection. You might feel a deep desire to break free from the routines and obligations that once felt comfortable but now feel constricting. This isn't a sign that you're failing or ungrateful. It's a natural part of growth. It's your inner compass pointing towards something new and more fulfilling. Ignoring these feelings of restlessness can lead to deeper dissatisfaction over time. Suppressing them often results in a growing sense of frustration or even resentment toward your circumstances. You might find yourself becoming irritable, disengaged, or withdrawn. These are signs that your mind and body are pushing you to confront what's not working in your life. The longer you ignore this call for change, the louder and more uncomfortable it becomes. The key to addressing restlessness is to view it as an opportunity rather than a burden. It's a sign that you're ready to evolve, to challenge yourself, and to seek out what truly fulfills you. This process begins with self-reflection. Take the time to ask yourself some honest questions. What's causing this sense of restlessness? Is it tied to your work, your relationships, your lifestyle, or perhaps your personal goals? What do you feel is missing? And what would bring you greater satisfaction or joy? Once you identify the source of your restlessness, it's important to explore potential solutions. Sometimes small adjustments can make a big difference, a change in routine, a new hobby, or a renewed focus on personal goals. But in other cases, the solution requires a more significant shift. This might mean pursuing a different career path, relocating to a new environment, or letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. Big changes can be daunting, but they're often necessary to break free from the stagnation that's holding you back. Restlessness is also a call to embrace uncertainty. The fear of the unknown often keeps us stuck in situations that no longer serve us. It's easier to stay at a familiar place, even if it's unfulfilling, than to venture into uncharted territory. But growth and fulfillment rarely come from staying within your comfort zone. They come from taking risks, trying new things, and being open to the possibility of failure. Restlessness is your invitation to step into that unknown, to trust that there's something better waiting for you on the other side. It's also important to remember that restlessness doesn't mean you've made a mistake or taken the wrong path. Life is a journey of constant evolution, and what once served you may no longer be what you need. Feeling restless is a natural part of this process. It's a sign that you've reached a point where it's time to reevaluate, realign, and take steps toward a future that better reflects your growth and aspirations. If you're feeling restless or stuck, don't ignore it. Lean into it. Use it as an opportunity to explore who you are and what you truly want. Change isn't easy, but staying in a place that no longer serves you is far harder in the long run. By listening to your restlessness and acting on it, you can create a life that feels more authentic, meaningful, and aligned with your true self. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your experiences, mindset, and overall well-being. When your surroundings no longer serve you, whether it's your physical space, the people you associate with, or the routines you follow, it's a clear indication that a big change might be necessary. Our environments are meant to support and nurture our growth, but when they become restrictive or toxic, they can hold us back from reaching our full potential. One way to recognize that your environment is no longer serving you is when you feel consistently drained or uninspired. This might manifest as a lack of energy, a feeling of heaviness, or a persistent sense of dissatisfaction. You might dread going to work every day because your job has become monotonous, stressful, or misaligned with your values. Or perhaps your living situation feels stifling with clutter, disorganization, or an atmosphere that doesn't allow you to thrive. Your environment should energize and uplift you, but if it does the opposite, it's a sign that something needs to change. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your experiences, mindset, and overall well-being. When your surroundings no longer serve you, whether it's your physical space, the people you associate with, or the routines you follow, it's a clear indication that a big change might be necessary. Our environments are meant to support and nurture our growth, but when they become restrictive or toxic, they can hold us back from reaching our full potential. The people in your environment are just as critical as the physical spaces you inhabit. Relationships have the power to influence your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. If you're surrounded by individuals who are negative, unsupportive, or toxic, their energy can weigh heavily on you. They might dismiss your dreams, criticize your efforts, or bring constant drama into your life. On the other hand, they might simply no longer share the same goals or values as you, leaving you feeling disconnected or misunderstood. It's not always about blaming others. Sometimes people grow in different directions. While relationships require effort and understanding, there comes a point when it's necessary to evaluate whether certain connections are helping you grow or holding you back. Letting go of relationships that no longer serve you can be one of the most challenging but liberating steps toward creating a more supportive and empowering environment. Another factor to consider is your daily routines and habits. These are part of your environment, shaping how you spend your time and energy. Over time, routines that once worked well can become stale or counterproductive. Maybe you've fallen into patterns of procrastination, unhealthy eating, or excessive screen time, leaving you feeling stuck and unmotivated. When your habits no longer contribute to your growth or well-being, it's a sign that they need to be re-examined and restructured. Your environment should reflect your current values, goals, and aspirations. If it doesn't, you might feel a disconnect that's difficult to articulate. For instance, if you're trying to adopt a healthier lifestyle, but your surroundings are filled with temptations and distractions, achieving your goals will feel like an uphill battle. Similarly, if you're pursuing personal growth, but your environment is chaotic or uninspiring, it will be harder to focus and stay motivated. Aligning your environment with your intentions is key to creating a life that supports your ambitions. Change in your environment doesn't always mean making drastic decisions. Sometimes, small adjustments can make a big difference. Decluttering your living space, redecorating to create a more calming atmosphere, or setting up a dedicated workspace can improve your focus, and seeking out new social connections or joining communities aligned with your interests can also open doors to more positive relationships. However, there are times when larger changes are necessary, leaving a toxic workplace, relocating to a new city, or ending relationships that are no longer healthy. Fear often keeps people rooted in environments that no longer serve them. The familiar feels safe, even if it's unfulfilling or damaging. Breaking free from this fear requires a leap of faith and a belief in your ability to create something better. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be in a space both physically and emotionally that uplifts and supports you. It's about acknowledging that staying in a harmful or stagnant environment comes at a greater cost than taking the risk to change. To create an environment that serves you, start by envisioning what that looks like. What kind of space, people, and routines would best support your happiness and growth? Once you have a clear picture, take steps, big or small, to align your current environment with that vision. It might mean having difficult conversations, setting boundaries, or investing time and energy into creating the space you need. While the process can be uncomfortable, the outcome is worth it, a life that feels aligned with who you are and where you want to go. Your environment should be a reflection of your best self. It should inspire you to dream bigger, encourage you to take action, and provide the support you need to navigate challenges. If your environment no longer serves these purposes, it's a sign that it's time to reevaluate and make a change. The journey might not be easy, but the freedom and fulfillment you'll gain by surrounding yourself with the right people, spaces, and habits will make every step worthwhile. When fear outweighs fulfillment, it's a strong indicator that it's time for a significant change in your life. Fear is a natural emotion that often arises when we face uncertainty or risk. It's meant to protect us, keeping us cautious in potentially dangerous situations. However, when fear becomes a dominant force, it can trap us in unfulfilling circumstances simply because they feel familiar and safe. Over time, this imbalance between fear and fulfillment can prevent you from living the life you truly deserve. The problem with letting fear dictate your choices is that it leads to a life of compromise. When you prioritize avoiding discomfort over seeking joy, you settle for less than you're capable of achieving. This might feel manageable in the short term, but over time it creates a growing sense of dissatisfaction and regret. You begin to wonder what could have been if you had taken that leap of faith or followed your passion instead of playing it safe. The weight of unfulfilled potential becomes heavier than the fear that kept you from pursuing it. It's important to recognize that fear and fulfillment often go hand in hand. The things that scare us most are often the things that hold the greatest potential for growth and happiness. Starting a new business, moving to a new city, or ending a long-term relationship are all daunting prospects, but they're also opportunities for transformation. Fear arises because these changes challenge us to step into the unknown, but it's in the unknown that we discover our strength, resilience, and true potential. One way to address the imbalance between fear and fulfillment is to reframe how you perceive fear. Instead of seeing it as a barrier, view it as a guide. Fear often points to the areas where you have the most room to grow. Ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? What would I do if I weren't afraid? These questions can help you uncover the desires and goals hidden beneath your fears. They remind you that fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal that you're about to venture into something meaningful. Another powerful tool for overcoming fear is focusing on the potential rewards of change rather than the risks. Shift your attention from what could go wrong to what could go right. Visualize the life you want to create, the career that excites you, the relationships that uplift you, or the freedom and joy that come with pursuing your passions. Let that vision fuel your courage. Remember that fulfillment isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them with the belief that the outcome will be worth it. It's also helpful to take small steps toward change rather than diving in all at once. Fear often feels overwhelming because we focus on the enormity of the task ahead. Breaking it down into manageable actions makes it feel more achievable. For example, if you want to change careers, start by researching new opportunities or taking a course to build relevant skills. If you're considering a move, visit the area you're interested in or talk to others who've made similar changes. These small steps build confidence and momentum, making the bigger leap less intimidating. Support is another crucial factor in overcoming fear. Surround yourself with people who encourage and believe in you. Their reassurance can provide the strength you need to move forward. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or even a supportive community, having people who uplift you makes facing your fears less daunting. The key to overcoming fear is to prioritize fulfillment. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to live? What legacy do I want to leave? When you let these questions guide your decisions, fear begins to lose its power. You realize that staying in a situation that doesn't fulfill you is a greater risk than stepping into the unknown. While the journey might be challenging, the sense of freedom, growth, and purpose you gain will far outweigh the discomfort of facing your fears. Change is rarely easy, but it's necessary for a life that feels truly meaningful. When fear starts to outweigh fulfillment, it's time to confront it head on. Trust yourself, trust the process, and take that first step. Each small victory over fear will bring you closer to the life you're meant to live, a life where fulfillment and purpose take center stage. A lack of passion in your life is one of the most telling signs that it's time for a big change. Passion is the fire that drives us, the energy that keeps us engaged and excited about what we're doing. It's what gives life meaning, making even the hardest challenges feel worthwhile. When passion fades, life can feel flat and uninspiring. This lack of connection to your work, relationships, or personal pursuits is a clear signal that something needs to shift. Recognizing a lack of passion often starts with small realizations. You might find yourself dreading the start of each day, feeling indifferent about your goals, or constantly counting down the hours until the weekend. What once brought you joy and fulfillment now feels routine or even burdensome. This isn't just a passing mood, it's a deeper sense of disengagement. A sign that your current path no longer aligns with who you are or what you want. When passion is missing, it can affect every aspect of your life. Work becomes a grind, relationships lose their spark, and even hobbies that used to excite you feel unimportant. This disconnection can lead to a sense of emptiness or frustration, as though you're going through the motions without truly living. Over time, this state of apathy can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being, leaving you feeling stuck or unmotivated. One reason for a lack of passion is outgrowing your current circumstances. As we evolve, our interests, values, and goals often change. What once felt meaningful may no longer resonate, and that's okay. Life is a journey of growth, and outgrowing certain aspects of it is a natural part of that process. Holding on to something that no longer serves you, whether it's a career, relationship, or routine, can stifle your potential and keep you from discovering new passions. Another reason passion fades is that you might be too comfortable. Comfort zones, while safe and familiar, rarely inspire growth or excitement. When you stop challenging yourself, life can feel stagnant, and the sense of accomplishment that comes from overcoming obstacles disappears. Passion thrives on growth, exploration, and pushing boundaries. Without these elements, it's easy to lose the spark that once fueled your enthusiasm. External pressures and societal expectations can also contribute to a lack of passion. You might be pursuing a career or lifestyle that was chosen for you, rather than one that truly reflects your desires. Over time, this disconnect can drain your energy and make it difficult to feel passionate about your choices. Living someone else's version of success can leave you feeling unfulfilled no matter how much you achieve. Reigniting passion starts with self-reflection. Take a step back and ask yourself some honest questions. What truly excites me? When do I feel most alive? What would I do if I didn't have to worry about expectations or fear of failure? Reflecting on these questions can help you identify areas of your life that need attention and point you toward the changes that will reignite your sense of purpose. Sometimes finding passion again means revisiting old dreams or exploring new interests. Think back to the things you once loved but set aside for other priorities. Is there a creative project, hobby, or goal that you've been neglecting? Alternatively, is there something new you've always wanted to try but haven't pursued? Passion often comes from curiosity and a willingness to step into the unknown. Give yourself permission to explore, experiment, and discover what lights you up. Letting go of what no longer serves you is another important step. This could mean leaving a job that feels meaningless, ending a relationship that lacks connection, or breaking free from habits that drain your energy. While these changes can be difficult, they create space for new opportunities and experiences that align with your passions. It's also important to remember that passion isn't always about grand gestures or life-changing decisions. Sometimes it's about finding joy in the small things, moments of connection, creativity, or personal growth. By cultivating mindfulness and gratitude, you can uncover passion in areas of your life you might have overlooked. These small sparks can grow into something bigger, providing the motivation and energy to pursue larger changes. Surrounding yourself with inspiring people can also help reignite your passion. Connect with individuals who are pursuing their dreams, pushing boundaries, or simply living with purpose. Their energy and enthusiasm can be contagious, encouraging you to tap into your own passions and take bold steps toward the life you want. A lack of passion is a signal that you're ready for something more. It's a call to rediscover what makes you feel alive and to align your life with your authentic self. While the process of change can be challenging, the reward is a life filled with meaning, excitement, and joy. Listen to that inner voice telling you something is missing and have the courage to act on it. Passion is waiting for you. You just have to take the first step to find it. Opportunities appearing in your life can be a clear and exciting sign that it's time for a significant change. These opportunities may come in various forms: a chance to take on a new role at work, an invitation to move to a different city, an unexpected connection with someone who inspires you, or even a moment of clarity that sparks a new idea or direction. Life often presents these openings as a way to nudge us toward growth, and recognizing them is the first step toward embracing the transformation they offer. One of the most powerful aspects of opportunities is that they often arrive when you're ready for them. Even if you don't feel prepared at the moment, they may seem sudden or out of the blue, but they typically align with your internal readiness for change. For instance, you might be feeling unfulfilled in your current job, and then a friend mentions an exciting position at their company. Or you might be longing for a fresh start, and suddenly a house you love becomes available in a new city. These moments are not mere coincidences. They are signs that the universe or your subconscious mind is aligning circumstances to propel you forward. Opportunities are not always immediately obvious, and they don't always present themselves as fully formed solutions. Sometimes they appear as subtle hints or small chances that require you to connect the dots. For example, an inspiring conversation might lead you to consider a new career path, or a social event might introduce you to someone who becomes a key partner in your journey. These opportunities require awareness and a willingness to see beyond the surface. It's essential to remain open and curious, as the potential for change often lies in unexpected places. Fear and doubt can sometimes make it difficult to recognize or act on opportunities. You might question whether you're qualified, worry about what others will think, or feel overwhelmed by the risks involved. This is normal. Big changes often come with uncertainty. However, it's important to remember that opportunities rarely come with guarantees. They are invitations to step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith. By focusing on the potential benefits rather than the possible setbacks, you can cultivate the courage needed to seize them. Taking advantage of opportunities requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing them as disruptions to your current life, see them as doorways to a better future. Embrace the idea that change is necessary for growth, and that stepping into the unknown is often where the most rewarding experiences occur. This perspective allows you to approach opportunities with excitement and optimism rather than fear and hesitation. It's also important to evaluate opportunities with intention. Not every opportunity is the right one, and distinguishing between those that align with your values and goals and those that don't is crucial. Ask yourself, does this opportunity excite me? Does it align with where I want to go? Will it contribute to my personal or professional growth? Taking the time to reflect ensures that the choices you make are deliberate and meaningful. Acting on opportunities often requires boldness and a willingness to embrace imperfection. Many people wait for the perfect moment, but the truth is there's rarely a time when everything aligns perfectly. Waiting too long can cause you to miss the window of opportunity. Instead, focus on taking small, actionable steps toward embracing the change. For example, if you're offered a new job, start by researching the role, updating your resume, or scheduling an interview. Each step brings you closer to making the opportunity a reality. Opportunities are also a reminder of your potential. When life presents you with a chance to grow, it's a reflection of your readiness to handle new challenges and experiences. Even if the opportunity seems daunting, trust that you have the capability to rise to the occasion. Growth often requires pushing beyond your perceived limits, and opportunities are the catalysts that help you discover your true potential. It's important to cultivate gratitude for the opportunities that come your way. Whether they lead to immediate success or serve as learning experiences, each opportunity contributes to your journey. Embracing them with an open heart and a positive attitude allows you to make the most of whatever comes your way. Opportunities are life's way of guiding you toward change and growth. They may come unexpectedly, but they often align perfectly with your readiness to move forward. By recognizing, evaluating, and acting on these openings, you can create a life that feels more aligned with your true self. Embrace the uncertainty. Trust in your ability to adapt. And take the leap. Opportunities are the stepping stones to a brighter and more fulfilling future. In life, the need for change often reveals itself through signs that are impossible to ignore. Whether it's a persistent sense of unhappiness, an environment that no longer serves you, fear outweighing fulfillment, a lack of passion, or new opportunities presenting themselves, these signals are invitations to grow and evolve. Change, though daunting, is a vital part of life's journey. It challenges you to step out of your comfort zone, confront your fears, and pursue a path that aligns with your true potential. The decision to embrace change is never easy. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to face the unknown. However, the rewards are immeasurable. When you choose to act on the signs, you open the door to new possibilities, ones that bring greater fulfillment, purpose, and joy.
You break free from the stagnation of routine and the weight of dissatisfaction, allowing yourself to thrive in ways you never thought possible.
Recognizing these signs is the first step, but action is what transforms your life. Change doesn't have to happen all at once. Small, intentional steps can lead to profound transformations over time. Whether it's setting boundaries, exploring new interests, reevaluating your goals, or simply saying yes to an opportunity, every decision you make in the direction of growth moves you closer to the life you desire. It's also essential to trust yourself throughout this process. You have the strength and resilience to navigate challenges and uncertainties. Each step, no matter how small, builds confidence and reinforces your ability to adapt. Change may feel uncomfortable, but it's through discomfort that you discover your true potential and unlock new levels of happiness and success. As you move forward, remember that life is not static, it's a dynamic journey of evolution. The signs urging you toward change are not obstacles but guides. They remind you that growth is a natural part of living and that staying true to yourself is the greatest act of courage. Embrace the signs, take the leap, and trust the process. Change isn't just about leaving something behind, it's about stepping into something better. Your future is waiting, filled with possibilities that align with who you are and who you're becoming. All you need to do is take that first step. As I close, I want to leave you with this thought: life is constantly speaking to us, offering signs and opportunities to grow, evolve, and step into the fullness of who we are. Whether it's the nagging feeling of unhappiness, the realization that your environment no longer serves you, fear overshadowing fulfillment, a loss of passion, or unexpected opportunities knocking at your door, these are not random occurrences. They are life's way of telling you that it's time for a change. A change isn't easy, and it's rarely comfortable. It asks us to face our fears, leave behind the familiar, and venture into the unknown. But it's in the unknown where growth happens. It's where we discover strength, resilience, and the endless possibilities that await when we say yes to life's call. You don't have to make massive leaps all at once. Start small. Reflect on what truly matters to you. Take one step toward a more fulfilling life and then another. Trust yourself, you are capable of more than you think.
Each step forward will reveal new opportunities, new passions, and a clearer path to the life you're meant to live.
Remember, staying where you are when you've outgrown it comes at a greater cost than the risk of change. The life you want, the one filled with purpose, joy, and passion, is within reach. All it takes is the courage to listen to the signs and act on them. So ask yourself today, what is life asking of me? What changes am I ready to embrace? Trust the process, take the leap, and watch as your world transforms. Your best life is waiting, go and claim it.